It's time now for the Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament on the Central Iowa Sports Network. From the smallest towns to the biggest cities, watch the Iowa girl compete for the title of state champion. CISN.TV's coverage of the state tournament is presented by Mid-American Energy, Schottenkirk Chevy of Waukee, Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottlers. Also brought to you by the Iowa Pork Producers, Shields, Fairway Foods, Buena Vista University, the Better Business Bureau. Now let's go courtside at Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines for state tournament basketball.
Good afternoon and welcome to Wells Fargo Arena once again. Is it afternoon or early evening? What's the cutoff
I'm
there?
going early evening. No,
It's not quite 5, so...
I'm going afternoon.
Okay, we'll say afternoon. Dar Danielson alongside Laura Leonard, as you'll see. I'll turn to her for all the explanation of stuff here tonight. We have 2 quarterfinals done in 1A and 2 more left to set the semifinal field here in this high school girls basketball tournament. And Newell Fonda coming in at 24-0. Key High, the 6 seed. Newell Fonda 3 seed. Key High, the 6 seed at 22-1. But Key High's only loss coming to Crestwood, and we saw what a powerhouse they are in 3A. So could very well be 2 undefeated teams coming into this one, Laura.
Absolutely. You look at a lot of these teams that come in here, they sometimes play up a level, and I think that gives them experience coming into the tournament, and I think it's very helpful. And so you take that 1 loss away from Key, they are undefeated coming in, and that, you're right, they are a powerhouse in Crestwood. And so you know, you take that experience, you put it in the memory bank, and you figure out what you did wrong there, what can you do right, and what do you learn from that, and then apply it when you get into the big tournament games.
And speaking experience, a little bit of a contrast here in that Newell Fonda back perennial at the tournament. They won it in 2015, 1A. Key High, their 2nd time here, first-year head coach here, so a little bit of a newness for them coming into this one.
Yeah, and so you have to figure maybe some jitters all the way around, not just the team, but the coaching staff. And so you just kind of go, okay, let's get through those first couple of minutes, run a few times up and down the court, let's get some of the jitters out and knock down some shots. And that's what you absolutely have to do. Once you see that ball go through that hoop, all the pressure's off. You can just, you know, breathe a sigh of relief, and you just get rolling with it. And then Newell Fonda, they're here perennially all the time. I mean, it's like a second home to them.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I think that experience, sometimes you just maybe get a little too relaxed when you come in if you've been here before.
Well, the only first quarter I've seen that really has gone against kind of the rules of things was that Dayton-Hartford game where they both came out blistering percentages shooting offensively in the first quarter, and there weren't a lot of turnovers and everything. A lot of the other ones is taking the offenses a little time to get going here in this first quarter of their opening game of the tournament.
You know, and I think part of that is because it's such a big arena. I think the shooting aspect is a little off. It takes a little time for these players to get adjusted to the background, and it's a little bit longer floor than what they're used to playing on, and so you've got to get used to that. But some teams it affects and some teams it doesn't.
Yeah, even if you've been here before too, especially the small schools, you may have been to state a number of years, but you don't play in arenas like this where you have the big open area when you're normal. You know, you're playing in smaller school gyms throughout the season. So let's talk a little bit, though, about some of the players we're probably going to be looking at here today.
Well, on Newell Fonda's side, really, junior Olivia Larson leads them in almost every category, averaging 19.5 points a game. She also leads them in rebounding, assists, steals, and blocks. So she is definitely their go-to player, but she also does get some help from Megan Morans and Ella Larson. They're right at about just knocking on the door of 10 points a game. And so they've got 3 really nice players that you have to pay attention to. And then the other 2 players, Jenna Kopic and Emma Stewart, at 6 and 7 points respectively. That's a pretty tough lineup to have to defend.
One thing that jumped out to me is Newell Fonda has attempted 624 threes, and Key has attempted only 238. They've made 80 of them, shooting 33.6%. They shoot just a smidge better percentage-wise, but Newell Fonda hoists a lot more of them up there.
Well, and I looked at those calculations too, so they attempt about 26 a game, and they're making right at about 8.5, 9 a game. So you have to figure that's definitely their game. They like to shoot the long ball, so you're going to have to defend against that, and you're also going to have to rebound, knowing that that ball's going to bound long off the rim, off those long three-point shots. So, you know, Key's going to have their hands full, but they also have a pretty nice 1-2 combination in Ashley Schwartzoff and Kendra Cooper, both of them right at 10 and 11 points respectively.
And I think a little more, they got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 seniors in the lineup there, so a little more experience as far as age-wise for the players here. As our pregame clock winding down, we're just about ready to go over to the public address announcer, and we'll get our starting lineups here in this Class 1A quarterfinal. The third of 4
Ladies
on the day, 2 in the books already.
And welcome to Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines, Iowa for today's 2018 IGHSAU Iowa Farm Bureau Girls State Basketball 1A quarterfinal matchup. Featuring from Lansing, the number 6 seed Key Hawks. And the number 3 seed, the Newell Fonda Mustangs. Thanks at this time, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and the Iowa Farm Bureau would like to recognize the outstanding sportsmanship shown by Key High School and Newell Fonda High School. In recognition of the importance of good sportsmanship, each state qualifying school was asked to nominate a spectator who represents their school and community in a sportsmanlike manner. Karen Brown of the IGHSAU will present each nominee with a certificate of recognition and a $250 check payable to their school's scholarship fund. Please join us in honoring these individuals whose decorum and respect for others serves as a model for all spectators attending interscholastic events. From Key High School, Gerald Clements. And from Newell Fonda High School, Marie Brion. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet today's teams for this 1A quarterfinal. First of all, for the visiting team from Key, the non-starters and assistant coaches. Number 2, Christina Dibert. Number 3, Katie Brennan. Number 4, Ashlyn Seitz. Number 5, Annabelle Dibert. Number 12, Meredith Gruber. Number 23, Laura Couch. Number 34, Heather Mooney. Number 42, Alina Ross. Number 44, Michaela Beers. Your assistant coach, Chad Steckel. Now here are your non-starters and assistant coaches for the home team from Newell Fonda. Number 10, Cameron Wilkin. Number 12, Bailey Sievers. Number 14, Ellie Legault. Number 22, Beth Greenfield. Number 30, Maggie Walker. Number 32, Paige Roberts. Number 44, Anna Tiefenthaler. Number 50, Ashley Archer. 52, Jordan Whitson. And 54, Kylie Robinson. Your assistant coaches, Kevin Larson and Courtney Vaughn. And now, here is your starting lineup for this 1A quarterfinal. For the Key Hawks, a 5'10 senior, number 10, Kendra Cooper. For the Newell Fonda Mustangs, a 5'6 junior, number 20, Emma Stewart. For the Hawks, a 5'9 senior, number 14, Ashley Schwartzoff. For the Mustangs, a 5'8 senior, number 24, Jenna Copping. For Key, a 5'9 senior, number 15, Chloe Severson. For the Mustangs, a 5'10 sophomore, number 34, Megan Morenz. For the Hawks, a 5'5" senior, number 21, Nikki Wood. And for the Mustangs, a 5'6" junior, number 40, Olivia Larson. And for the Keyhawks, a 5'8" junior, number 32, Michaela Walliser. And for the Newell Fonda Mustangs, a 5'9" freshman, number 42, Ella Larson. Head coaches for the Hawks, Lisa Steckel. For the Mustangs, Dick Jungers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the area in front of the scorer's bench. Today's officiating crew for today's 1A quarterfinal: Randall Bloom, Grant Dietrich, Johnny Getting, and Carrie Ewald. All right, who's ready for tournament basketball?
I'm ready. Are you ready, Laura Leonard?
I am ready. You bet.
We got the easy part. We just sit here and try to describe what's going on, and they got to play.
We get entertained. It's
Yeah.
been entertaining all week long. There's been some really good basketball that we have seen starting on Monday.
Well, we're set to go. Michaela Walliser will step in with Megan Morenz to jump it up. And there's the tip, controlled by Key High. And they'll start out. They're in the purple. Mustangs of Newell Fonda in the white, and knocked away right away by Newell Fonda.
Aggressive defense to start the ball game, overplaying in the passing lanes.
Looks like Key is playing man, and there's a drive and just rolls out of there. Olivia Larson's shot, and the rebound comes off to Key. A little pressure.
As soon as she missed that shot, Olivia Larson stayed back down there to start playing defense, and they brought everybody up, and they got the 10-second call.
They got the turnover, and it was kind of a little sneaky, not a real super fast aggressive, but they were just there in the presence.
They're quick to the ball.
Well, back to the Mustangs. Olivia Larson with it, throws it over. Now back to Larson. To Kopic. And a travel called on Emma Stewart. A little tight defense that time on with Key High forced the turnover.
Well, and that's, you know, I think when you get up in the face of the player that has the basketball, you want to put the ball on the floor and try to drive by him, beat him to the hoop, and so your feet sometimes get ahead of you and you don't get the ball on the floor quick enough.
Key breaks the pressure, gets it outside for three. Nikki Wood gets the scoring started here for Key High.
With a three-pointer and a team that does not shoot as many as their opponent does here today.
There's a drive down the lane, up and good by Megan Morenz.
Nice drive and basket, Megan Morenz.
Nice job to get the balance of the inside and then the outside, so they're establishing down low. Get the defense to bite on that and then be able to kick it out later on.
And they break the full court pressure and get it in to run it on offense. There's a drive, a jumper baseline, short rebound, put back up, no good, slapped out of there, kept alive. Here's a three, long, rebound back to Key again, back up, and a little long, back up by Key and a foul. So good board work by Key High early going.
At least 3, if not 4, offensive rebounds on that particular play, and Key kept it alive and gets to the free throw line.
Kopic with the foul, the first of the game. Swartzoff will shoot 2 free throws and just has that one rattle out. Shooting at a 64% clip here on the season. Neither one of these teams, as the second one is good, neither one of these teams is really shooting a sterling percentage from the free throw line, but.
Yeah, that's, I think, something that we've seen all week long, that you've got to knock down those free throws when you get the opportunity. It's won some teams some ball games here this week.
So, inside and a foul. I think that'll go on Chloe Severson. Yep.
Fouls number 15 for the Hawks, Chloe Severson.
So that's the first foul recorded for Key.
Olivia Larson shooting 2.
And sends Larson to the line. She's shooting 69%. This is the first one.
has been to the line the most for her team, 105 attempts from the free throw line, and you had mentioned just right at 68%, a little above.
Maggie Walker in for Newell. Fonda misses the second one. A rebound taken out of there, heavy pressure, and they get it up the floor. Kayla Walliser up top. Now looking to get it into the post. Back around now into the post and blocked there by Walker, I believe. And here comes Newell Fonda. There's a three. Good! Man, that was a three on the run, Laura.
There was no getting your feet set. That was a catch and release.
And a foul called. Ella Larson, her first. Second team foul, and Megan Morenz back in. Replaces Ella Larson. Oh, here comes Key. Bounce inside to Severson, back out. They're looking to work Cooper and Severson down low if they can. Well, she's up high.
And they're getting it at the high post, and they're looking for a high-low, and here comes a pass right to you.
Yeah. And a turnover. Newell Fonda drive, the bucket and the foul for Olivia Larson.
She is so quick with the ball and so crafty with her dribble, a little crossover and then a step by and blow by of the defense.
And she'll get the and one opportunity. Leaves it short, rebound, pulled down by Cooper. And up ahead to Severson. Schwartzoff will try to get the offense going, and then she's fouled. So still playing aggressive, Newell Fonda, and then pick up the foul there on Larson.
That's kind of what they have always done. That's been their identity. They like to get out and pressure on defense and like to create a lot of problems. And if they get the steal, a lot of times they get out and run, and that will turn into their offense.
Here's Key. Up high again in that post. They kick it over right side for three. Rebound comes out and knocked away but saved. And a foul on that down on the baseline. Ashley Archer with the foul. And they're already subbing in and out quite a bit here, Newell Fonda.
Well, they have a deep bench that they can afford to do that and get players a little bit of rest because they do play that aggressive defense, and you want to have those legs fresh.
On the dribble drive, shot is short, might have been blocked and caught there underneath by Chloe Severson, but she's tied up, and that'll go to Newell Fonda, the alternate possession. I saw a couple of the Key girls over there, and I said, tell me something, a tidbit to talk about you guys that people might not know. They couldn't come up with anything. They said nobody knows where Key is. That was all they could come up with.
Well, I'll tell you, doing the softball tournament the last couple of years, I know where Key is because they've won a couple of state championships.
Rebound comes off to Newell Fonda. Back in on the drive, blocked away, taken out of there by Cooper, and then up the floor is Nikki Wood. She stops, now she'll drop, pop, and hits the bucket. Nikki Wood cuts the lead down to one.
Going one-on-one, and teammates didn't really get down to help her out, and so she just took it right at the defense and pulled up and knocked a big shot down.
Here's the three, up and out, no good, and the rebound is pulled down by Cooper. And we mentioned a little bit with Dyke in that they played in the state tournament, so is some of these Key girls. So playing here, even though they haven't been here that much in basketball, they have experience in big games. That one is partially blocked and then taken out of there by Megan Morenz.
Well, there is the same kind of intensity. Doesn't matter what sport you're playing. If you're in the state tournament, there's the same kind of pressure and intensity and the same kind of focus.
Bounce pass down to the baseline. Now back up top. Over the right side with it is Wilkin. Now they go baseline. Underneath there, tried to get it up, and then they draw the foul. Might have been Schwartz off. We'll see. Yep. Her first personal and the third team foul.
Little drive on the baseline. Good interior passing, and Schwartzoff just couldn't get there quick enough and reaches in.
Lorenz misses the first free throw. She'll get another one. I looked up 2.5. This game's going quickly, isn't it?
It is. They're getting up and down the floor.
Second free throw is short.
Not a lot of whistles to go along with it.
No.
They're letting them play.
Lob up ahead. Can she run it down to the corner? No. As just a little too far for Schwartzoff. And the turnover back to Newell Fonda. So that defense where it doesn't always get the steal, but a lot of times the pressure will force the turnover, especially like that where you rush to get it up the floor.
And that's what full court pressure does, is it makes you speed up on offense because you think you can beat it, you can get over the top of it and get an easy basket, but that's what it's designed to do.
Lawrence drives there, draws the foul. Second on Severson, fourth team foul. Lawrence hits the free throw. That's the first free throw they've hit out of 6 attempts, so they maybe get the lid off the bucket there at the free throw line. And hits the second one. They build a 3-point lead, their biggest of the ball game, and the biggest, well, ties the Key hit the three to open the game. And here's Key again. Up the floor quickly. Defensive pressure. Drive and can't go, and the rebound is pulled down by Key. Larson, they'll get it up the other way. Larson drives, oh, dish off. Nice dish inside to find the cutter down the baseline.
Boy, was that a nice move. And there again, that's the quickness with the ball and the good footwork. And then she sees the double team come, and then she just dumps it over the top to Morins.
And Morins.
She's been living at the free throw line the last couple of possessions.
She'll get one more here. Misses that one, and
lane violation.
Lane violation, I was to say. He was waiting, I thought, wait a minute, 3 seconds in the lane, they were on the free throw line, and then I realized, yeah, it's a lane violation. They get it in, pressure. Smart thing there, you don't want to dribble to the corner. She was headed that way, but came back out.
Yeah, the corners are not your friends when there's full court pressure.
Wood with it. Across the top to Schwartzoff. She'll put up a three. No good. Right in the cylinder and out. She gets a long rebound. Dishes it inside. Up and under. Won't fall. Slapped out of there. Saved by Cooper. And Key High retains possession. They'll rotate it over the left side.
They are winning the battle of the boards, and they are about even. 7 offensive rebounds, 7 defensive rebounds here in the first quarter.
Nikki Wood dribbles it over. She'll try to reset it here. Around the horn they go. And the drive. Offensive foul will be called on Ashley Schwartzoff. First, second. Already 16 fouls here.
Well, good job by Archer to just plant the feet and wait for the impact.
So here comes Newell Fonda. I noticed the larger schools, they usually play for one, but the smaller schools doesn't seem like they do when you get under a minute. It seems like they attack the basket and just try to get the points when they can. Well, we'll see what Newell Fonda does here. Olivia Larson almost gets her pocket pick. Dribbles in, lobs it over. Beautiful pass inside to Ashley Archer.
Again, the attack on offense. Defense comes to try to slow her down, and Larson just a little lob pass over the top.
Gives them a 5-point lead, the biggest of either team here in the first quarter. In on the post, turnaround up and short, and good defense. Archer gets the bucket and then gets the defensive stop on the other end. Shot up, and that's going to be just wide. So after one, Newell Fonda 11-6 over Key High. We'll be back with the second quarter after this on CISN.TV.
Is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here, we don't just dream, we make history. This
Iowa pig farmers care. Learn more at iowapork.org.
Back for the second quarter. Newell Fonda takes a 5-point lead after one, and pretty typical Laura Leonard's low-scoring first quarter here in this 1A quarterfinal.
Well, and Key is not doing themselves any favors, but they're in this ball game. It's not a huge deficit, but they're only shooting 14%, 2 of 14 from the floor. Newell Fonda 4 of 9 for 44%. They've knocked down 1 3-pointer. They've taken 3, and we talked about how they like to shoot the 3 ball, where they average about 26 attempts a game.
Key will start the second quarter with the ball, trailing by 5. Baseline, shoots it all the way across, and the baseline jumper from the other side is good by Meredith Gruber for Key High.
Nice job on the baseline side, and then Gruber just stepping right into it as she received that pass.
Newell Fonda, they rotate it, right side. Dribble in, up high off the glass, no good, and the rebound is pulled down, and a foul. Cooper rather pulls it down and gets fouled.
Every time that Key pulls a rebound, a defensive rebound, the Mustangs just congregate around that person that has rebounded the ball, trying to slap it away. That time got a little greedy.
So Ella Larson gets her second personal. She'll go to the bench here. Here comes Key High. All the way down, nobody picked her up, and she just drives right through the defense.
One of the key fundamentals to playing defense is stop the ball. Yeah. You cannot allow that dribbler to cut all the way through the defense. Somebody's got to stop the dribble penetration.
And case in point right there. Yes. Bailey Sievers drives right through and ends the 4-0 run to start the second quarter here for Key High. And the three-point ball game. Now steal. Up and good by Maggie Walker.
I think we're going to get a quick timeout by Key, wanting to talk about taking care of the basketball, protecting every possession.
So we'll take a break. We'll be back with more after this on CISN.TV.
You just have to get their feet here on the pavement and bing. Being in Des Moines, you just get it through the experience.
I'm a fan of a lot of our fast, casual cuisine.
A little theater, some great restaurants.
There's a lot going on musically.
If you can't find things to do in Des Moines,
you must be boring.
This is a magical place.
Second quarter in Newell Fonda up 15-10. Key High started the second quarter 4-0, and then Key High came right back and matched them 4-0. Laura Leonard.
Well, and that's what you have to do. You have to match runs. You don't want your opponent to go on a big one, but if they do go on a run, you've got to come back and match it.
On the timeout there, maybe to have Key settle down a little bit and just take care of the ball a little better.
Well, and again, going back to the full court pressure, and then it's not even once you get into the front court, do they back off? They continue to stay on you. And it has a tendency to mess with your mind and speed you up. They do a good job of being very patient with that possession, getting it into the post.
Beautiful bounce pass into Cooper there, and she hits the bucket and down to a 3-point game. Well, we've had a new player score here in this quarter. Everybody that scored is different than the people who scored in the first quarter, so spreading the ball around a lot on both sides right now.
Well, there's a lot of depth, I think, on both of these teams. I think you see a lot of players that can put the ball in the basket.
Here's a three off, no good. Rebound on the far side, pulled down by Keyhigh. Kendra Cooper gets it out to Michaela Walliser. Quickly up the other way for a three. Good! The wide open three on the beautiful pass to Nikki Wood. And we got a tie. Down the other way, and the tie doesn't last very long.
Boy, nice jump stop and then slash right between the two defenders. So you get the three on the one end, and quickly Newell Fonda comes back with an answer.
Into the post up and good. Well, we got a scoring derby breaking out now.
Yeah, it's starting to heat up.
Down the other way, off a little high, and a rebound pulled down by Cooper. Here comes Keyhigh. Almost picked off out front. Dan almost again gets through the pressure and hits the baseline jumper. Nice job of Michaela Walliser.
Walliser's able to get through the traffic and collect herself, knock down a little baseline jumper.
That three missed, but the rebound long comes out, and there's another three attempt. Good! Man, that was a knuckleball, no spin on it.
There was no rotation on that, but it didn't matter because it got nothing but net.
And Key takes a lead by one. Or excuse me, Newell Fonda by one. It's going so fast I can't even keep up.
Hard to keep up.
And stolen away inside by Olivia Larson. She'll push the issue, bounce pass up ahead, beautiful feed down there to Emma Stewart.
Boy, that was picture perfect. That's how you run the break. You look for your teammate, you find the angle, and then you thread the needle.
And then a foul called on Kendra. Is it Kendra Cooper? Yep, her first personal.
Walliser's going out of the lineup, and I think she's hurt after that last breakaway. She was kind of doubled over in pain and asked to come out.
So here's Key. Schwartzoff dribbles down baseline and has it poked away, but runs it down. Up to that high post again, now outside. Back into the post, she does a good job to keep that from going out. Cooper did. And now slapped away. Man, they're everywhere. Knocked away again. Cooper runs it down and then draws the foul.
Every single pass on that possession was contested. Somebody had a fingertip on it.
And they may not get the steal the first time, but it just wears on you. Always having somebody there.
If the first person doesn't and the second person doesn't, usually that third person is sneaking in somewhere to try to jump in that passing lane.
Kendra Cooper shooting the bonus 1-1 here, and that rolls around, swirls around the cylinder, so she'll get another one. Second one is right through the net, and we're got the lead down to one now. Quickly the other way, and it's back up to three. Olivia Larson drives through there. Well, if you're not going to step up and defend, they're going to drive, and there's a steal by Larson. Pass a little wide, so it slowed the break there. He's sagging in on that defense. Now inside to Olivia Larson. She'll pull it out. Lob up, and one of the few mistakes we've seen on that lob pass, entry pass by them.
Just a little bit too much air underneath it, and the defense read it very well.
And they call a timeout. Coach Lisa Steckel, as she saw they were in trouble there of getting the 10 count. A full timeout here. Newell Fonda hanging on to a 3-point lead, and a good one here at the start. We'll take a break and be back with more after this on CISN.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Out of the timeout, it'll be Key High's ball. They trail by 3 here with 2:23 to go in the first half. Dar Danielson, Laura Leonard on CISN.TV in this third of 4 quarterfinals in Class 1A. Springville and Exira EHK already in the semifinals. Now good look in, underneath, up, and Cooper did a good job not to lose the handle on that.
Stayed right with it, didn't panic. Good touch passes all the way around.
Under 2 minutes now, 1-point lead. Larson drives up and good. Larson's really heating up here in this quarter.
And she takes contact when she goes in. She's getting bumped a lot and still is able to get the ball to go.
Well, Bailey Seavers a little too much contact on the other side for Newell Fonda, and that's the 18 foul, so they'll go to the line to shoot 1-and-1. And gets the roll, so she'll get the second one.
Emma Stewart went to box out, and nobody was there to box out. Schwartzoff had moved away from the line.
And rebound comes off to Severson. And shot up, and the battle now, and it'll be a tie-up, and that'll go to Newell Fonda.
Possession, Newell Fonda.
Well, I know I keep talking about it, but Key is really winning the battle of the boards right now, out-rebounding Newell Fonda 18-6.
Wow.
So they're giving themselves a lot of second-chance opportunities and converting on a lot of those.
Bounce pass. This time they're there and they knock it out. It stays with Newell Fonda. Seavers inside. Cross to Larson, up and good.
That's just a well-oiled offensive team right there, knowing when to cut without the basketball, knowing where to look when you do have the basketball.
8 for Larson in the second quarter, 13 overall. Here's Key, here's a drive, up, and nice move to the left hand, and Ashley Schwartzoff gets the bucket.
That was a great job of getting around the defense and the nice step around, and went really uncontested to the rim.
Under a minute to play. Olivia Larson will pull it out. Now spins. Lobs it over left side. Knocked around, picked up. Runner high off the glass, pulled down by Chloe Severson. Here comes Key. Chance to tie it up before the half or take the lead on a 3. Although, as we said, they don't shoot a lot of them. More likely they'll take it inside for an attempt at a 2. Cross, oh, beautiful pass. Right down the lane to the cutter, Cooper.
A little bit of mix-up defensively, and it was recognized by Key.
Down, up, and the foul in the bucket with 3.4 to play. Who else? Olivia Larson.
You have to know where Larson is when she's bringing the ball down the floor. And then 2 defenders right there, they just opened up and let her come through.
Yeah, you see the replay there. And, yeah, any crack of daylight, she's going to go speeding down there toward the bucket, isn't she?
Yeah, and you've got to try to anticipate a little bit and maybe step over and then plant the feet. Both those defenders just opened up and let her go through.
So they get the old-fashioned three-point play here at the end of the half with 3.4 to go. Let's see if Key can get it in. Long outlet, caught, drive, up, and just off. Almost a perfect textbook play there, right, Laura?
That's probably going back to their softball team because most of these kids played on the softball team. That was a perfect throw from center field. They just couldn't convert.
And she hit the cutoff man there, but
she sure did.
Couldn't quite tag for the out, as it were. Let's see if they show the replay of that. Well, doesn't look like it. Let's take a break. We'll do that. We'll come back with halftime stats and a special guest here at halftime. It's Newell Fonda leading here 30-29.
Oh, my.
31-28. I lost track there. Back with more after this on CISN.TV.
And here, we don't just dream, we make history by nearly doubling our clean energy as part of our 100% renewable vision. With this, our energy costs will remain some of the lowest in the nation. We'll create new jobs and boost economic growth. Our air will be cleaner, our state stronger. And together, we'll advance this country's energy future forever. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Spring has arrived at the all-new Fireplace Superstore. Drop in and check out all the new 2017 patio furniture. At Fireplace Superstore, you will find Central Iowa's most complete outdoor furniture selection for your deck and patio, including gas and charcoal grills, fire pits, and wicker furniture. Get in on the early spring savings going on now. Fireplace Superstore has been creating your outdoor style for over 35 years. Fireplace Superstore just west of Homemakers on Douglas in Urbandale.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing. 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
It has become something of a lost art. Remembering someone's face. Remembering a name. They're the building blocks of a strong, caring community. Can you think of anything else more important than that? We can't.
Back here at halftime, the halftime score is 31-28. This game's going so fast, Coach, I can hardly keep up trying to score it here up and down the floor.
Yep.
Joining us is Tom Peterson, the head coach of IGHSAU Elkhorn Kimballton, and you told me you haven't even looked at the stat sheet and you didn't want to. Sometimes that happens in those tight games, and there's maybe some stats in there you didn't really like to see. But let's talk a little bit about that and what you saw out of your team here.
Well, you know, I just thought that our girls just came out, you know, just a little bit lethargic out of the gates. We went in, we changed defense at about the 5-minute mark. You know, it was just, we've been fortunate enough to be down here for 4 years, but. You know, we changed defenses. The kids responded. We had way too many turnovers. That's the thing that I saw the most. We finished, I think, with 16 or 17 is what my head coach or my assistant coach had said. So
yeah, 17 is what the official book gives you. Yeah.
And you know, those are things. They were correctable mistakes. Those are things we have to clean up, obviously, going forward toward Friday.
You did, though. You outscored them 17-9 in the fourth quarter, so you kind of got it going a little bit there, and you shot well, 3 of 6, 50% in the fourth quarter from the floor. So you had some things go right there.
Well, I think it was about the 3:50 mark. We pulled it out and went to our stall game. We noticed that they had 7 fouls, and we just kind of wanted to get it into our seniors' hands, Sophia Peppers and Keely Nelson. I think Sophia finished 14 of 16 from the line. And Keely's 6 of 8 of the line, those seniors have been there. They've done that before, and you got to rely on them. They struggled a little bit in the first half. Some of our younger kids made some shots out of the gates in the first half. So, I was just very proud of my girls, the way that they responded today.
Yeah, 21 of 26 from the free throw line, and that's especially in a tight ball game. Down the line, and you get a lead, and you're going to be fouled. You like to see them step there and put those through, don't you? Yeah,
because usually that's where everything's won and lost. One of our things that we had talked about was going to be offensive rebounds from IGHSAU, and we actually out-rebounded them today from the offensive standpoint. So, it's overall, I'm very happy with what our kids did. They responded. They had some adversity there at times. So, like I said, I'm very proud of what we did today.
So what's the plan now? You kind of watch this game to see who you face, and then what happens?
Well, we got Springville. We play Springville. We played them. We played them 4 years ago.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
I'm looking at the yeah. You're decided, aren't you?
Yes.
It's been a long day. I'm sorry. That's right. You played Springville. The good news is you won. The bad news is you play Springville, right?
Yeah, but that's what you want, though. As a program, the opportunities we've had here. This is where you want to be. You're in the Final Four. You want to play Springville. They're the best team, obviously, in the state. You look at what they've done over the past 4 years. We played them 4 years ago here, and we understand what's at stake and how we're going to have to play a lot better than what we did today, obviously, to be there in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, because they play with a lot of confidence and have a lot of weapons, but then you do too. Yep. So it's kind of, I think one of the big things down here in the tournament is those runs and how you handle those runs, whether you're ahead or you're behind and you go on a run. The team that handles those the best usually is the one that comes out.
Absolutely.
Isn't it?
You have to be able to match them. Those 4 to 6 point runs, it's going to happen. And that's what basketball is. We always talk to our girls at every timeout, hey, we got to come out and try to make our own 4 to 6 point run. We did that today 2 or 3 times out of our timeouts with some set plays, and we're going to have to do that on Friday, and my kids know that. But like I said, this is where you want to be. You're in the Final Four of the state tournament here. I always think this is the most special place there is. Anytime you can come down here at the girls' state tournament, it just doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah, when you're in your season here, that's a good thing, isn't it?
Yeah, like I said, we've been fortunate. We had some great kids through our program, and Sophia and Keely, those are 2 seniors that they've got to do this 4 years in a row. I can't say enough about those 2. So we're excited for this opportunity. It's a big challenge, but that's what life is. It's full of them, and it's going to be how we respond to it.
So what do you do in the in-between here? You practice, or what? What's the kind of the plan as you schedule for the
We're going to go home. I'll go home and watch a lot of film, obviously. Tomorrow, we're going to take it easy. It's about, right now, our girls know what they have to do. You can't put a lot in as far as emphasis on a game plan. You can't change a lot. We know what they're going to do. I've seen them before this year, so it comes down to playing, I'm not going to say flawless basketball because they're 14 to 18 years old and they're going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
But, you just can't turn the ball over, and second chance opportunities, we have to try to eliminate those as much as we can because of their length, 5'11", 5'11", 5'11". That's hard to match, but, we're going to have to do that and make some outside shots.
Nothing else, it's like maybe the pressure on them trying to three-peat.
Yeah.
And you can come out and, whatever happens, happens.
Yep. And like I said, it's a great opportunity for us. We shouldn't feel any pressure on this, going forward because they've been there, done that. We've been fortunate enough to be in this position, the 3 of the last 4 years. So I just hope that my girls are excited for it, and that's all you can ask is to be in this situation.
All right, Coach Tom Peterson here of IGHSAU Elkhorn Kimballton. Good luck in the semifinals.
Thank you.
Against Springville. Yeah, the top seed there.
Yes, thank you very much.
All these numbers running through. We got but we got a good one going here, and we're going to take a break. We'll come back with more after this on CISN.TV.
Stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
strong community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules, they're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
Courtside here at Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines. Dar Danielson along with Laura Leonard.
Did you say Lisa? Lisa is my sister.
Lisa's your sister?
Yeah. So
Laura Leonard.
We'll tell her we gave her a shout out today.
Somebody give me a shot of something to wake me up here. I said to the coach, well, are you going to watch this game? He said, no, we know we played Stringville. And I said, oh, yeah, that's right. You're in the top bracket. Anyway, a couple things that stand out. You've been talking about the rebounds. 20-8 Key out-rebounded Newell Fonda, but then turnovers, 9 turnovers to 2 for Newell Fonda. So a little bit of the story there in this game, which is not a big spread, a 3-point game, but tells you a little bit about Key and what they've been doing on the boards.
Well, and I think that's huge, is those 20 rebounds, 9 of them offensive, but they've only been able to get 1 second chance point off of those 9 rebounds, offensive rebounds. They haven't done anything with those opportunities, and so they could be up, and they could be up big in this ball game, but they haven't taken advantage of that. So I think that's something that they will look at, and they probably talked about in the locker room at halftime. Now, when I took a little break at halftime and I ran back by the locker rooms, and I did run, by the way. Yeah. The Key coach was talking about how do they stop Olivia Larson. She said she likes to go right, so every time that she gets the ball, and we're going to have to watch for this, if she gets the ball, we're going to overplay her to the right, make her go left. So let's kind of keep an eye on that and see if they can handle that.
Yeah, Larson was 16, and 11 of those coming in the second half. Interesting stat, too. We talked about the threes. Both teams have hit 2 threes. Newell Fonda's only taken 1 more than Key here, so they obviously worked on that. Maybe coming out on those threes opened up that driving lane a little bit more for Larson, too.
Yeah, and I think you're right, because I think that if you take away something offensively, then you've got to find a different way to score, and that's what they've done, is they've opened up those driving lanes for Larson.
So it was 11-6 Newell Fonda after the first period, and then they're leading here 31-28 at halftime. So we'll see. 16 for, we said Larson, and she's the only one in double figures. 8 for Kendra Cooper and Nikki Wood for Key of Lansing, as they will start the second half with the ball here as we get ready to set the third semifinal participant in Class 1A. Springville and Exira Elkhorn Kimballton are in. And that'll set us up for semifinal Thursday and Friday, and then the championship games. And looks like the starters, Kendra Cooper, Ashley Schwartzoff, Chloe Severson, Nikki Wood, and Michaela Walliser. As a quick drive down and up and rebound, put back no good, and battle for it again, Severson. And that would have been a 3, I guess, and now a jump ball. And that'll go to Newell Fonda. So again, a couple of rebounds there, but unable to cash them in.
And they've had a lot of opportunities as far as getting good looks at the basket after they've gotten that offensive rebound. They just have not connected.
Larson up off the glass, no good, and the rebound comes down to Cooper. Emma Stewart, Jenna Kopic, Megan Morenz, Olivia Larson, and Ella Larson for Newell Fonda. They're in the white, the purple of Key High, and it's knocked away, picked up by Emma Stewart. Quickly up ahead to Ella Larson. Across court, up and good, and the foul.
Now there's a perfect example on defense. If you're getting beat back door, then you put your hands up, get them in the passing lane, and that's what happened. That's what created the steal, and then they could get the run out.
And the foul goes against Nikki Wood. And the free throw no good. Put back up and good though.
Creating some points off of the miss.
Yeah, so they miss the free throw, but get the miss, so they get up by 6 now, or 7. And that one will go off. And the Key fans think that went off Moran's, but the official says no. And they lob it up to Olivia Larson.
Now let's take a look and see if she gets this ball back, how they play her, and if they're going to try to overplay her to the right. They are face guard. Sorry, they are face guarding her as well.
Yep. And that 3 blocked. Ella Larson drives back out to her sister for 3. No, man, almost caught it in the rim and got out of there, but it's pulled out by Morantz, and they keep it alive. And, man, I thought that was coming right to me.
Well, you were open.
Yeah, I was open, but. And drive in the foul as Larson drives to the left that time. Kendra Cooper gets her second personal, second team foul, and Larson to the line and hits it. And gets the second one, so Little Fonda's kind of quickly pulled out here, widen that lead to 9.
They've been able to get the ball inside. They haven't had to rely on the three-point shot.
And there's a rebound off the miss, and foul called underneath as Schwartzoff tried to take it to the hoop. Kopic, her second personal. First team foul here. Oh, tried to bounce it back, and it goes out of bounds. So again, pressure defense forces a turnover.
I like the idea of Walliser taking the ball in, drawing the defense to her, trying to get the bounce pass back, but just the angle was not right.
That time they did stop her on the drive, but they kick it out for the 3 to Emma Stewart. And that's the Shields' three-point play, and now the lead all of a sudden up to 12. And back the other way as Walliser gets the bucket. And now taken away by Cooper down there. And back the other way with it.
Nikki Wood snuck behind everybody.
40-32, there's a 3 by Ella Larson. Shields' three-point play. And I don't think Key wants to see that happen, starting to heat up from outside.
No, they had done a really nice job in the first half of protecting that three-point arc and not allowing them any good looks. Now all of a sudden they're starting to find the openings. Defense may be getting a little tired.
It seemed like Newell Fonda just sneakily, they got a bucket, missed free throw, another bucket, and then a 3 and a 3, and they just slowly have snuck that lead out. Down the lane, a drive and a foul as Schwartzoff drives.
She received that ball right there and right at the elbow and just was allowed to kind of go one-on-one, was isolated and saw the angle and decided to go.
And gets the bounce and the free throw. Kopic with the foul. Her second. Schwartzoff, that's her 5th point. And she'll get one more free throw here. And leaves it short. taken by Morenz. All the way up the floor. Wilkin in there now. And Sievers. Wilkin bounced the baseline. Get it back out to Archer. Missed shot, and it comes off hard off that rim, and this key player didn't have any time to get that. That was Schwartzoff.
They really overloaded the right side of the floor, the Mustangs did, trying to see if they could break somebody open in the low post.
And man, a little shot put shot up there goes by Maggie Walker.
Poke from behind again on that full court pressure. And Walker tries to corral the ball, and then they call a foul on Key.
Substitution for the Hawks, number 12, Meredith Gruber. Mustangs 42, Ella Larson.
Larson comes back in, replacing Megan Morenz. And Newell Fonda with a 12-point lead in the ball here, halfway through the third quarter. And now just really working the ball around. And that one came off the foot, but right back to her, up and a little hard. Battled around in there, and who's going to come up with it? Looks like Newell Fonda ran out of room down there. And we'll go to Key.
It looked like Key changed things up defensively. It looked like they were playing a 1-3-1, and I think that threw Newell Fonda for a little bit of a loop before they really recognized what was going on defensively.
A lob out and just taken away there by Walliser. And she bounces it over and almost picked off. And almost taken again. Walliser drives, bounces it out. And Key just kind of scrambling on offense, trying to get somebody open, aren't they?
And smart move by Walliser to bring it back out, reset, get everybody in position, and run the offense.
Almost a step through steal. And jump shot is blocked, but it's taken down low, and then a bounce off her foot by Severson, and then a three, no good, and the rebound comes off to Archer. So that defense caused a lot of trouble for Key's offense.
They just make you uncomfortable.
And knocked away from Archer. And Key will bring it up under pressure by Walker. Walliser gets it over there, and then Archer a little too tight on the defense. Second on Archer. Third team foul. And Stewart in and Morenz back in for Newell Fonda.
When you have a defense that is playing so tight and out in the passing lanes, you got to start looking for some backdoor cuts.
Been outscored 17-2 here. There's three. Or two, no, 17-2. And there's a foul.
Fouls on Newell Fonda's 34. Megan Morenz, her first personal, 14 foul.
Morenz her first personal and the 14 foul.
Kendra Cooper at the line, she'll shoot 2.
And Kendra Cooper had 8 points in the first half and made a timeout here.
Officials timeout on the court.
They got something on the floor, maybe, I think.
I don't know if there's blood on the floor, if they have to come out and clean that up. And that's what it looks like.
Yeah, they're going to have somebody put on gloves and come out. Let's take a quick break while they do that, and we'll come back with more after this on CISN.TV.
Many times at the Lodge of Ashworth, new members come to us from their big, beautiful homes. They find our spacious 2- and 3-bedroom suites to be an ideal fit. We have a limited number of these larger and penthouse-style suites, perfect for the retiring executive style living. We have suites ready for immediate move-in, or we can help you customize. The Lodge of Ashworth is all-inclusive, no surprise additional fees or upcharges. Call us today for a private tour and ask us about our flexible pricing plans.
After the official timeout, Kimber Cooper at the line for Lehigh.
So it looked like Chloe Severson might have had a little blood on her leg there that got on the floor. And the free throw is good by Cooper. So they took an official's timeout and cleaned that up.
They patched her up. You can get a good look at the white tape around just below her knee.
Yeah. Well, we got her back down to 10 here. Lehigh does. And short, but rebound underneath, but stripped out of there. Taken away by Key. Gruber. Oh, and they had to break out the other way, Severson, but they couldn't see over the defense.
Gruber was a little afraid that she was going to double dribble and had to do it anyway, and the official nodded his head and said, yep, you're fine.
Cooper with it. Now they want to lob it into Cooper, and then they get it back. Fortunately for Lehigh, has tried to throw it through the hands of Ella Larson, and that didn't work.
That's where a ball fake comes in handy. If you telegraph it, the defender knows exactly where you're going.
And that time they try to go into Cooper, and Emma Stewart steps in and takes it away. So they want to get into the post, work that post game, but not working. Here's a three, no good, and the rebound pulled down by Severson. As we come up on a minute to play here in the third. Key trying to cut down the double-digit lead. Bounce pass inside, and didn't really get position. Severson put it up quickly.
Shot it, you're right, and that's exactly what she did. Shot it a little too quick, didn't get the feet set.
Yeah, and that time, man, they double-teamed Larson when she drove in there, and they forced the turnover. So we saw that strategy there where they came right up and stopped her from driving.
And if you're going to double team, then the other three are going to have to really talk and communicate as to where the other players are on the floor so they can cover up and help.
Key again, the full court pressure by Newell Fonda. They get into Walliser, and she got to watch. She almost gets stripped from behind, falls down, and she's getting up gingerly there and the other way. It's pulled down by Cooper. She's trying to dribble out of trouble and gets it stripped away. Bounce pass across the floor and knocked away.
Substitution for the Eox, number 12, Meredith Gruber.
And Gruber going to go out, or Walliser rather is going to go out. She's the one that kind of got knocked down there, and I think she turned her ankle a little bit. She's grabbing that right ankle just a bit.
That's when you're going to have to either try to walk it off or go get retaped.
Lob inside, bounce pass back out, and off the glass too hard. 14 seconds to go. Key will push it up, try to get a shot here. Stop and go up, and a foul called on Ella Larson. It was a good move by Nikki Wood.
Foul on Newell Fonda's 42, Ella Larson.
Like the little stop and go, knowing the clock was winding down and the defense was coming to her. Looked like she was going to pick it up and then just blew by.
And this is the first free throw, Nikki Wood. She'll get another one here. This would be big to get it below double digits. Of course, there's still 8.5 seconds left, too. Second free throw, short. Rebound, put back up, and won't go. Battle for it. Lehigh comes away. Can they get a shot off? Not gonna. And so we'll go to the fourth, 45-35. Newell Fonda leading Lehigh. Back with the fourth quarter after this on CISN.TV.
The Power price event. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. New 18 Silverado Double Cab 4x4 All-Star Edition. Power price, $99 per month lease. $99 per month. New 18 Silverado Crew Cab 4x4 All-Star Edition. $219 per month lease. 18 Equinox. $199 per month lease. New 18 Cruise LTs. $18,790. Hurry in for best selection. The Power Price Event. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
I don't know, just the opportunities I've had, the people I've met, I couldn't have imagined a better college experience. The professor gets to know you really quickly. I know that people know who I am and that they care about me. With the opportunities I have here, I'm going to be able to succeed. Now I just feel like I can do anything.
We'll go to the fourth quarter. Key High will get the ball, trailing by 10. Dar Danielson, Laura Leonard, and for Key High, it's been a little struggle to get the offense going against this tight defense of Newell Fonda.
It really has, and they just have to figure out ways to get them out of position. You got to get one step ahead of them. Ball fakes, pump fakes. Even when you get down low, if you give that little ball fake, you're going to get them in the air. You can go up, lean into them, draw the contact, hopefully get the and one.
And waiting for the second.
All right, Hawk fans and Mustang fans, are you ready?
There it is.
Fourth quarter.
And Key will take the ball right here to our right at half court, lob it in. Down lane, kick it out for three. No good. Rebound taken out of there. And Key continues to hit the boards hard. Inside turnaround, good by Cooper.
Tough move, and now Key putting their own full court pressure on after the make.
Lob down. And the bucket is off. No good, in the foul as the miss by Archer, and then she commits the foul.
Those are usually frustration fouls because it's a shot that you feel like you should have made. You don't get the rebound, and you try to get it back for your team, and usually you get called for the foul.
One thing in Key's favor, that's the sixth foul on Newell Fonda, so they'll be shooting from here on out on the fouls.
And that may change strategy a little bit. Do you put the ball on the floor? Do you take it at them? Do you attack and try to get to the free throw line?
Here's Walesser. Throws it across to Wood. Looking in there to Kendra Cooper in the post. Now a high post, back into low post, and Cooper couldn't quite handle it. I don't know if there's a little too much on that pass from Severson, maybe?
I think maybe a little too much and too much traffic.
Yep. Bounce pass inside. Lob it back out. Over for three, short, and the rebound comes down to Cooper. Or excuse me, Severson, but taken away and put back up and good. Olivia Larson, who else?
They're going to make Cooper bring the ball up the floor.
She gets rid of it to Walesser. And she drives quickly up and through as the defense doesn't pick her up.
Ankle looks pretty good on that drive.
And bounce pass cross, beautiful trailer, oh, and it doesn't go, and then taken out of there. Severson reaches over and pulls it away. That was a textbook with the trailer coming down, but just couldn't quite complete it.
Yeah, it was perfect, and boy, look at that.
Stewart jumps in. She'll go down, and she leaves it short. But it went off the hand of Cooper there, and it'll stay with Newell Fonda. So, man, a couple missed layups, otherwise they extend that lead out a little bit.
I think the pace that this game is being played, I think you got some tired legs out there on both sides.
I think a little bit, yeah. Inside to Morantz. No good rebound, and Cooper can't pull it down, and it'll stay with Newell Fonda. Cameron Wilkin comes in. It is going to give Maggie Walker. And Keyhigh now wants to talk it over. Lisa Steckel wants to try to come up with a defense to get the ball back here. They trail by 8. Back with more after this on CISN.TV.
And here, we don't just dream, we make history by nearly doubling our clean energy as part of our 100% renewable vision. With this, our energy costs will remain some of the lowest in the nation. We'll create new jobs and boost economic growth. Our air will be cleaner, our state stronger. And together, we'll advance this country's energy future forever. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service. This is Iowa.
It'll be Newell Fonda's ball under the basket. Here against Key, they lob it out deep to Olivia Larson. Over to Wilkin. Newell Fonda, Key trailing by 8 to Newell Fonda, trying to get the ball back, get a stop here. And Patience down on the baseline, back out for 3. Off, no good. Rebound comes off though to Newell Fonda. Larson, and she trips. And of course the Key fans wanted to travel there. And there's a 3. Good! Man, that's a dagger there after they worked so hard on defense, Laura.
Yeah, those are a little disheartening when you've done everything that you could possibly do defensively, but that ball rotation was so good for Newell Fonda. They just kept moving the ball around. Finally got Ella Larson open for the 3.
That puts Keyhigh in the bonus.
And then a foul, so Keyhigh will be in the bonus.
Schwartzoff will shoot the bonus. She'll shoot 1.
And Schwartzoff to the line. 1 and 1. And she gets that one through. Who got the foul there? I didn't see that.
And the Stewart, number 30, Maggie Walker.
Wilkin?
Yeah. Okay. Cameron Wilkin with the personal. Second free throw is air ball through. A 5:09 to play, still a 10-point lead. Key trying to battle back after falling behind here to start the second half. Olivia Larson with it. Bounce pass inside, now back out for 3. Good! Emma Stewart.
Now they're starting to heat up from the outside. They didn't take a lot of 3s in the first half, but here in the second half, they're relying a lot on that 3 ball.
And a 3 by Key comes out. And here comes Cameron Wilkin, quickly down, but stolen away as Willesser sneaks into the passing lane, but then stripped back by Larson, and she goes up and through the defender and gets the bucket.
Like to see some statistics on how many points that they have gotten after the steals or after that full court pressure, how many turnovers they've gotten. And I know at halftime they had points off of turnovers were 10. I'm sure that's going to be a lot more than that by the end of the game.
Now into the post, turn around, and there's the foul. That'll go on Maggie Walker, I believe.
Number 30 for Newell Fonda, Maggie Walker, her second personal.
It's Walker's second.
8 team fouls.
8th team foul.
This is where Key can make up some ground. Clock not running, you get to that free throw line, you got to take advantage of them. And I think you had mentioned it early on, neither of these teams very good free throw shooting teams. 60% for Newell Fonda, 55% for Key.
Yep. And Cooper, shooting 69% from the line. And
another lane violation. Going to be Schwartzoff, I think, that stepped in trying to anticipate the ball coming off the rim.
So halfway through the fourth quarter, and Key trails by 15, and Newell Fonda wants a timeout to talk it over. It's a quick timeout. We'll keep it right here. So Coach Steckel over there, Laura, what's she saying here to try to get her team back in it?
Well, I think a couple of things. You're going to probably see some full court pressure. I think you're going to see them gamble a little bit defensively to see if they can get steals. They have some fouls to give so they can gamble. And then on offense, take it right at the defense. Get it inside. Try to draw that contact. Try to get the old traditional three-point play if you can. That's where you can make up some ground.
Because we talked about it at the start, and they don't shoot a lot of threes too. So coming back and getting the three isn't what their game is about. Usually it's getting it inside to the post. So they will come out in full court pressure, but they get it up. Racing down. All the way coast to coast goes Olivia Larson. And she's got 28.
And we talked about it in the first half. You got to stop the basketball. When the ball gets going down the court, and here again is another opportunity. Now they do get back in transition D, but you got to stop the ball right at half court.
There's a three, short. Rebound battled for and pulled out of there by Newell Fonda. And a three up, and that one rattles down and out. And Schwartzoff throws it up and almost caught Severson not looking.
You got to find ways now to score in a hurry to try to make up this deficit.
There's a three, short. Rebound pulled down underneath by Ella Larson. And 3 minutes to play. Here comes Olivia Larson.
Directing traffic out there, trying to pull everybody out and run a little time off this clock.
Oh, nice backdoor cut. Ball blocked, but put back up and good by Ashley Archer. And
substitution from 12. Meredith Gruber for the Hawks.
They stopped to let the substitutes in. I don't get that. It's not like it's the end of the game, you know, but anyway. Here comes Key, and there's a foul. It was a little too aggressive that time.
Nikki Wood just got sandwiched in between two defenders.
And Larson picks up the foul. Wood to the line, gets the first one, so she'll get another one.
Nikki Wood was on that softball team that won the championship this last summer, as was Michaela Walliser and Chloe Severson. Kendra Cooper was the winning pitcher for Key, had a huge game.
There's the steal. Key High, turnabout fair play there.
Steal and basket by Nikki Wood.
And Wood
trying to make some things happen.
It's still a 16-point deficit, though, as here comes Olivia Larson. Wood with 13 points now.
Got some fouls to give.
And poked away by Cooper, and she gets a foul. Yeah, just three team fouls. That'll be the fourth on Key High.
Fourth team foul on the Hawks.
That'll be the third on Cooper, I believe. And bounce pass inside. Moran decides, doesn't need to go for it. Gets it back outside, and there's a walk. Emma Stewart. Thought she got nudged a little bit. She may have, but they say it was incidental contact or whatever you call that when there's not a foul involved.
Just a little bump along the way that she picked up the ball and could not control it, could not control her momentum.
So now Newell Fonda dropping back a little bit on the pressure, going to pick them up at half court here. Just enough to make them run some time. There's a three, short, and a rebound is pulled down by Key High, Ella Larson. And knocked out of bounds, it'll stay with Newell Fonda.
They're continuing to scrap defensively, and Now as time is running down, now you get a little more aggressive. You get the mindset you've got to go for every pass. Even if you get beat, you've got to try to gamble a little bit and see if you can create some kind of havoc out there and get a turnover.
Hand it off. I'm going to just take it up top and work the clock. And they still have 3 fouls to give. Down the lane, it was open there, and then battle for it. And that's going to go against Kendra Cooper, I believe, which will be her 4th. Just the 15th foul on Key High. And Larson, a rare miss there, but partially blocked. Olivia Larson on the drive, and then the foul coming back the other way.
I think Severson, I think, got a piece of that and then pulled the rebound. And Larson reaches in and picks up the foul.
And I think she said to the ref, I really probably should have done that. I just, she was frustrated by it, and he kind of laughed. And so Chloe Severson goes to the line. And she gets that one. And that's a 10th team foul, so they'll shoot 2 from here on out, but they need points in a hurry. Second one is good.
Substitutions for Key High.
And they bring Katie Brennan and Annabelle Dybert in, so I think Key High is going to kind of concede it here, maybe. We'll see. Is it making up 14 points in a minute 7 against this team is not easy. And there's a 3, no good. Rebound taken by Dybert. And looks like Newell Fonda is going to advance to play the winner of Central Decatur Montezuma.
Well, this one has been a good matchup, and Newell Fonda finally found a way to extend the lead, and now we're going to get the whistle and get the subs in.
Yeah, they came out a 3-point lead at the half and then extended that to a 10-point lead, so a big third quarter there. Moved it ahead.
5 seniors on this Key team that are getting an opportunity to step on the floor and finish their careers.
Ashlyn Seitz in there. And rolls over. Let's see. Try to run down who else is in there. We get a chance. Heather Mooney in for Key.
Jordan Whitson just came in for Newell.
And also Anna Tiefenthaler, who's in there. That's her with the ball. On the drive, and that's going to do it. 61-45, Newell Fonda over Key. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back and check out the stats on this one and wrap it up on CISN.tv.
The value of staying active cannot be overlooked in our lives or our young athletes. However, high-intensity workouts come with the risk of injury. If you or your child have sustained a sports injury, Select Physical Therapy in conjunction with Iowa Ortho are here to help with 2 convenient walk-in locations.
From diagnosis through recovery, you'll be put directly into the hands of experts who will evaluate and treat your sports-related injury.
Call us today for an evaluation.
Iowa Pig Farmers Care. Learn more at iowapork.org.
The Key High Hawks getting their trophy here as they fall 61-45 to Newell Fonda, and you see the Mustangs there cheering. Dart Danielson, Laura Leonard, and Newell Fonda just came out in that third quarter and kind of took control.
Well, they did in the second half. They outscored Key 30-17. It was a 3-point game at halftime. They outscored them 30-17 in the second half. So they really took control. They got the running game going. The pressure was really good for Newell Fonda. They created a lot of turnovers. They scored off of those, and that's where the difference was in the ball game.
And despite, when you look at that 20 to 8 rebounds? Or no, that's the first half.
40-29.
40-29
for the
rebounding
game.
edge for Key. So,
Yeah.
But they end up still. But I think what was it? Does it say on there the turnovers?
Turnovers, Key had 23 and Newell Fonda 8.
So that pressure defense really, and points off of turnovers was big for Newell Fonda too.
Yeah, it really was, and I think that's, they get that going, and they get that running, and they score. Their defense creates opportunities for their offense, and so if they can continue to do that, and the three-point shooting was not that big in the first half for Newell Fonda. They were 2 of 6, but they end up in the game taking 21 of them in the entire game. So 6 of 21, 28%.
And Larson ended up 28 points, I think. Is that right?
Larson, yes, she had 28 points.
Yeah, she had 16 in the first half, 12 in the second half. They found a way to stop her a little bit more, but then they were getting the ball outside and hitting a few more threes when they did stop the drive there.
They definitely got more threes in the second half and more opportunities to look at the three, because I think the defense had changed up a little bit for Key, and it gave Newell Fonda some better looks from long distance.
Okay, well, one more semifinal to go. Central Decatur against Montezuma, and we're set for all our semifinals, Laura.
It's one more game, and then everybody's set to go in to try to play for the championship. So big game to finish out the night, and then big game starting tomorrow.
All right, thanks for your fine work here today.
You bet, appreciate it. Love working with you.
That's going to wrap it up. 61-45, Newell Fonda over Key High, and we'll have the final semifinal coming up here at 6:45 on CISN.TV.
Thanks for watching our live coverage of the Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament on the Central Iowa Sports Network. You can check CISN.TV for a replay of this game. The free coverage of today's game was presented by Mid-American Energy, Schottenkirk Chevy of Waukee, Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottlers, and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union.
And there's the travel. I expect Riley